Hi, I'm Dave Skinner with Applied Countermeasures Group. I'm sitting here today with lead pastor Kyle Gunderson of Cedar Brook Church. Kyle, we just recently worked with you to do a security risk assessment here at the church. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to have a risk assessment conducted and why did you decide to work with Applied Countermeasures Group?
Yeah, so from the very beginning of this conversation, we've been working with Dave and his partner Troy in Applied Countermeasure Group as they were one of the first groups that approached us to kind of talk about some of the potential security risks because we had an episode here at church on a Sunday morning that made our lead and teaching pastor at the time feel kind of uneasy with how things were going as far as safety measures were concerned for himself as well as for the congregation at large. And so in talking with Troy about what could be done about that, he had a lot to share with our pastoral team, our staff, and then our lead team as well about how knowing what risks were out there for our ministries could first help us solve some of those risks, and second, alert us to those risk factors that are out there. So we brought ACG in to do a risk assessment, and it definitely opened our eyes wide open to a number of different things that we were completely unaware of. As maybe you know, in being in the ministry world, we're trained for a lot of things, but we're definitely not trained in the same way that Dave and Troy are in the safety and security measures.
And so when we identified these vulnerabilities, we then gave you some different options on how to mitigate those vulnerabilities. Yeah. And of course, it's very important to us as it is to you that those mitigation opportunities align with the culture of the church. Did you feel like the suggested mitigations worked well for your church?
Yeah, so of course there were all sorts of results from this survey done, and some of them we did immediately and applied some finances to and some manpower to, and some of them, point blank, have been undone yet because there is some finances that we have to work our way through to get them done. And so Applied Countermeasure worked with our staff and with our ministry team to set some budgets and some goals of what were the top priorities and our biggest risks, as well as what were minimal cost things that we could do really quickly and put those things in place without much money or any at all. And so we worked together with the team to do that. And yeah, they definitely helped us line up the safety and security of our congregation, which was a huge priority of ours, with some of their expertise in the area to help us make sure that we were in line between what Cedar Brook desired and ministry applications of those safety and security measures. So you guys were great to work with from beginning all the way to end.
No, we appreciate that, and we know that you had an existing group here of ushers and greeters that worked very well together to welcome the community into the church, but providing them some additional training and really making them an organized safety and security team, if you will, so they could respond to emergencies instead of reacting to them. How do you feel that has benefited, and can you give us maybe one or two examples of where that's really come into play?
Yeah, well, two things that come to mind. First, like Dave said, we like most churches, we had a team of people who helped us every Sunday morning, a volunteer team, our ushers and greeters and the like. We call those our first impressions team. They work from our parking lot all the way till the sermon happens, of helping to make guests feel as comfortable as possible to worship in our space and to engage in a relationship with Jesus here through the ministries of Cedar Brook. But those people were really not trained at all in noticing possible security threats or potential safety issues. They were trained on how to greet guests and how to welcome guests and how to engage guests in worship or find a seat in our auditorium, but we really hadn't taken that next step of helping them identify safety and security issues or threats and then handle them appropriately. And so working with Applied Countermeasure, we began to implement a safety and security team. We definitely emphasize the safety piece. Yes, it's a security team, but first and foremost, it's also a safety team. And this team has really helped our ministry staff focus on ministry and allowed our safety and security team to focus on the safety and security of the facility, our staff, and our congregation members and guests each and every Sunday morning. Probably one of the coolest outcomes of this team development is it's given a place for men and women in our congregation, some who are a part of local police departments, fire departments, EMS departments, to utilize their skills to serve in their church. But it's also given people who were kind of distant from our congregation. They came, Cedarbrook was their church, but they really didn't have a place to volunteer or that piece that really made them feel like this is it. This is what God has for me as a part of our community. And this has really done that. I think when we're looking back, when we first threw this out to the church, we had 25 people who were intrigued by the idea of being a part of the safety and security team. And we heard back that 18 of those people had never volunteered before here at Cedarbrook. They'd been a part of things, but they hadn't volunteered. Out of that, this is random, but just recently, about 6 to 8 weeks ago, this group, the Safety and Security Group, began their own small group within our ministry. And so they meet once a week to study God's Word together and to grow in their faith. And what a cool opportunity it is to see these relationships building into something that's a ministry effort as well. So it's not just about the safety and security, that's a high priority, but it's become something more important about their faith journey as well together.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Pastor Kyle, thanks for sitting down with us here today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're glad that we were able to help you reach your safety and security goals, and that Cedarbrook Church is now a safer place because of it. So thank you very much for your time today. And remember, everybody, be prepared to protect.